closing arguments. I'm Adrienne Pedersen, today on Upfront.
We are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning.
So I ask you to look me over. If you like what you see, help me out. If not, vote for the other person.
The race for president heads into the home stretch. Next, the candidates on why they deserve your vote. Plus, the battle for the burbs, how suburban women are emerging as a key voting bloc, and what's going on at Foxconn, the new investigation that says not much.
Taking on the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Upfront with your host, Adrienne Pedersen.
And hello, Wisconsin. Thank you very much. What a great place. What a great place. What a place. We had such luck here 4 years ago. And I have a feeling we will win by even more, I think. I really believe that. We're going to win by even more.
President Trump barnstorming the battleground states this weekend, making his pitch to voters in Waukesha as Campaign 2020 enters its final days. Thank you for joining us. With the election just 9 days away now, Wisconsin is maintaining its status as a key battleground state to the end. The Real Clear Politics average of polling in Wisconsin has Joe Biden leading President Trump by 4.6%. I talked to the former vice president and asked if he's confident about winning Wisconsin. So, Mr. Vice President, how confident are you in winning Wisconsin?
I never take anything for granted. I've worked really hard to try to earn the votes of the folks in Wisconsin. I've been there a number of times. You know, the fact is that we're in a situation where you can go and vote now. You can register. So I ask you to look me over. If you like what you see, help me out. If not, vote for the other person. But give me a look. And I suggest everybody go to iwillvote.com/WI. and to figure out where and how you're going to vote. Most importantly, vote early.
When it comes to the coronavirus here, Wisconsin is unfortunately making national headlines. For coronavirus numbers, hospitalizations have reached a record high. As president, what would you do on day one, the first thing to get coronavirus under control in states like Wisconsin?
Take responsibility. This president says it's not his responsibility. The federal government's role is to have a national response to tackle this national pandemic. But Donald Trump took no responsibility, failed and continues to fail to do that. He's still downplaying it, lying about it, denying how we have a big problem. We don't have one, he says. The cases in Wisconsin are surging, and the U.S. is now on track to double our death rate within the next few months. Over 200,000 dead already. He still doesn't have a plan, but I do. I put my plan out in March. You can read it all online. Go to joebiden.com, and it starts with a mask mandate nationwide. His own people tell him that could save 100,000 lives between now and the end of the year. I'm going to provide funding and clear guidance, and I've laid it out in July, for our schools and our businesses so they can reopen safely. We're going to promote vaccines and treatments based on science, not politics. It's about telling the American people the truth. As you know, Adrienne, he knew how dangerous this was back on January the 28th. He told in an interview on tape, he had a taped interview with Bob Woodward saying he knows how dangerous it was. He didn't say a word to the American people. Didn't tell us at all. And he said when asked why he wouldn't do that, he said because he didn't want to panic the American people. He panicked. Imagine how many more people would be alive today, if he had told the truth in the beginning.
And I just have one more question because, Mr. Vice President, it affects Wisconsin. So Wisconsin's Republican Senator Ron Johnson put out a statement on Homeland Security letterhead saying Hunter Biden, together with other Biden family members, profited off the Biden name. Is there any legitimacy to Senator Johnson's claim?
None whatsoever. This is the same garbage Rudy Giuliani, Trump's henchman. It's the last-ditch effort in this desperate campaign to smear me and my family. Even the man who served with him on that committee, the former nominee for the Republican Party, said there's no basis to this. And, you know, and the vast majority of the intelligence people have come out and said there's no basis at all. Ron should be ashamed of himself.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And that voice you heard there in the background was a Biden communications person trying to end the interview before I could ask my last question. Now to President Trump's closing argument. I asked campaign senior advisor Steve Cortes why Wisconsin should give the president 4 more years. How confident is the campaign in winning Wisconsin now, about a week till the election?
Sure. Listen, we are confident that we can win it, but we are by no means complacent because, of course, we know that our win last time in Wisconsin shocked the world. We think we can win it again because we believe we have a very compelling case to make, particularly as it pertains to the economy, but we're not taking anything for granted. We've been investing time and resources and travel into the Badger State for months and really even years in terms of our ground game there. We're going to continue to do that here in this final stretch. We know that we need to earn the vote of every American, but particularly in battleground states that could well decide this election, like Wisconsin.
So I wanted to ask you about this. According to a White House COVID report obtained by ABC News, the section specifically on Wisconsin says that lack of compliance with measures like social distancing will lead to preventable deaths, and that mitigation efforts should include avoiding crowds in public. That being said, why does the president keep coming back to a hot spot like Wisconsin?
Well, look, we do know that numbers are ticking up across America. They're ticking up across the world, by the way. So it's not as though, I think that's important to note, that America is by no means unusual or by no means a laggard compared to the rest of the world. We just know that this virus globally is really communicable. Look, we believe, though, in Wisconsin and elsewhere, we believe in a measure of individual choice. We trust the American people to make smart decisions for themselves about their own risk profile. And we believe that holding outdoor rallies is a safe and sensible way for the president to connect with the American people. No one needs to go to them, of course, but we find that the demand is overwhelming. We take temperatures. You have to be temperature checked to come in. We recommend and provide masks. Not everyone wears them, but a lot of people do. And again, we hold them outside. And there is no evidence yet, none at all, that these outdoor events have led to any negative health consequences.
Aside from the Rose Garden event, of course.
Well, I'm talking about the rallies.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you about Wisconsin jobs, because I saw the Wisconsin jobs report the administration sent out Thursday, and it talks a lot about what the president has done in the past. But people who live here want to know what he'll do going forward to get Wisconsin back to pre-pandemic levels.
Sure. No, listen, it's a great question. The great news is that there's an economic renaissance that's flourishing all over this country. And a lot of key metrics, thankfully, have recovered pre-pandemic levels. For example, retail sales just last month hit a new all-time high, got back all of the pandemic losses and then some. But we also know that we still have more work to do to reclaim the heights of the Trump boom that we enjoyed in the early parts of this year. But the acceleration and the trajectory right now of the American economy is intense. And our appeal to Wisconsinites is to continue and to even accelerate that wonderful economic revival in this country. You need to rehire Donald Trump as effectively our national CEO. And alternatively, Joe Biden would crush this economic rebirth because he promises the largest tax hike in American history, $4 trillion of punishing new levies that would afflict 82% of American taxpayers. To put that in context, that's twice as big as anything even Hillary Clinton proposed.
Coming up, the White House responds to a Wisconsin controversy. Foxconn. A new report says the company doesn't have much of a plan for its massive Mount Pleasant campus. President Trump pushed the project, and Matt Smith asks his chief economic advisor for answers. But first, the battle in the burbs, the swing district everyone's watching, and the key voting bloc that could decide it. That's next.